Hey guys, you got Elemental Gamers here. I will be your host, Jay Crazekid. Sadly, I don't have anybody else from EG here with me. It's just me today. I'm going to be DD. Bleh. No, wrong speech. I need to go back to like 3rd grade. Anyway, my bad. We're going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and for the Wii U. Apparently, the entire roster has been confirmed and such. The game was released over in Japan on my birthday, actually. My birthday was September 13th, and that's when they released it. They had a demo, I believe, a day and a half right before the official release. The demo for the US comes out on the 18th, and today is the 16th. So tomorrow is Wednesday. So Friday. Friday we get our Smash Brothers demo over here in the US. I'm not sure about UK or any other place, but I just know for definite that we get the demo here in the US on the 19th. 19th. My bad. Alright. Wow. We have had a really good roster. It looks really big. From afar, I mean, like, overall, I could name all of these characters. Like, if you were to ask me who's in the new Smash Brothers game, just off the top, I would be able to tell you, and if I were to miss anybody, it'd be one of the new guys or one of the clones, such as, spoilers, by the way, spoilers. I'm so sorry, yeah, I just caught myself there. Alright, but the only ones that I would miss in naming them, I would say would be Dark Pit, Dr. Mario, and there's another clone. I forgot. I think it's Lucina. Alright. So those are probably the only 3 other than Ness and probably Rob, because I wasn't a big Rob fan. I mean, like, it was a cool idea. He worked really well. He wasn't fast, but, I mean, like, he was about average speed, I guess. Just a little slower than Mario in Brawl. And his attacks weren't great. It's just standardized attacks. It's hitting people with his arms, and then it's lasers coming out of his eyes, and I mean, like, I could go on. So, Rob wasn't one of the people who I wanted to see back. I mean, like, cool, he's back, sort of thing, but not really, oh my freaking gosh, he's here. So that's why I wouldn't remember Rob. Lucina, just because, you know, she's new, and she's from a franchise that I've never dove into that much. I played Fire Emblem Awakening, and that's really it. So, I mean, like, I know Chrom, I know Robin, and I'm in the part of the game to where, like, Lucina has come, but she hasn't revealed her mask yet. So I'm about, like, right after the part the ruler or the exalt or whatever dies. I guess that's what you call them. It exalts, and as I said earlier, I'm stuttering a lot. I'm sorry, but as I said earlier, there are going to be spoilers in this video for other games. I'm spoiling Fire Emblem Awakening now if you haven't played it, but I mean, like, it's been out for over a year, so yeah. Alright, Dr. Mario, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you that because, well, I never played Melee. I've heard people say that Melee's the best, it's awesome, it's got so many people, and I've watched videos, I've seen discussion videos, and Dr. Mario seems to be a pretty iconic character for Melee, sort of a counterpart of Mario. I've seen his moveset and everything. He's literally a clone of Mario. The only difference is he doesn't shoot fireballs. He shoots pills. I mean, like, he literally throws medicine pills at you. So I guess that's a cool touch. Other than that, I don't really see a difference. I mean, like, even this final smash in the new game is the same. It's the big fiery vortex sort of thing. Although, for Dr. Mario, it's not fire. It's a bunch of pills. So, I mean, like, I'm trying to think of something that I can relate this to. Sort of like, I guess, Tetris. Because in Tetris, you know how they're all blocky, and you gotta move them around. Whenever you use Dr. Mario's Final Smash in the 3DS Wii U version or whatever, it's it's like a Tetris meets Mario's Final Smash, and just for the sake of me, being able to have this discussion, I'm just going to call Mario's Final Smash Fiery Vortex. I don't know the official name. That's probably not it. But just for the sake of the video, I'm calling it Final, or no, I'm just going to call it Fiery Vortex. Alright, so that's 2 down. Wait, no, that's 3, yeah, because I said Lucina. Alright, Dark Pit. I've never played a Kid Icarus game, alright? I've never picked it up, I've never done anything, but Kid Icarus Uprising looked fantastic. I saw it in GameStop, I played demos, I loved it. It looked really good, it played really well. I've played a few demos, my friends let me borrow it for a few days before. It was extremely good, I love the way it moved around. Excuse me. Just the fact that Dark Pit's in, he's really just sort of, I guess, Shadow. I mean, like, I'm freaking stuttering. I never stutter, and this past week I've been nothing but stuttering. It's awful. Alright, but anyway. If you guys are into the Sonic franchise or whatever, then I'm sure you're well aware of Sonic and Shadow, how Shadow is sort of the counterpart of Sonic, or the evil counterpart. It's sort of the same for Dark Pit, I guess I can say. I mean, like, the fact that I've never played Kid Icarus Uprising is to where, like, I'm sitting here talking of what I know, not of what is fact. So, if I'm getting anything wrong with the Kid Icarus Uprising, or just Kid Icarus Imperia timeline, please be free to correct me in the comments. I would love to know the story about Kid Icarus. It looks like a fantastic franchise. But anyway, I mean, like, Dark Pit, I guess, was created of darkness, I guess, by the villain, sort of like how Shadow was, but not in a lab, I guess, of, like, potions or whatever. I mean, like, as I said, I know nothing about Kid Icarus, so, I mean, like, for those hardcore Kid Icarus fans watching this, I'm pretty sure you guys are just laughing at how dumb I am right now. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Because I'm laughing inside, too. I just don't want to show it. Alright. I think that's about it for the clones. There are a bunch of other characters, too, in here that look really well. They play well. For example, you got Pac-Man, Mega Man, and Sonic, and Mario, the 4 most iconic video game characters of all time. And I'm going to actually say them in order, that they came out, like the years and such. Mega Man, 1980. Mario, 1981. Mega Man, I have no idea. I think it's 83. Sonic, 1991. So, Sonic is the newer. I guess he's one of the more fresher to the audience. So, I see a bunch of 7 to 11-year-olds wearing Sonic shirts with shoes and stuff. And, like, on their bikes, it's got, like, the little Sonic the Hedgehog logo or whatever on it. So, I guess when they created Sonic, they were aiming towards, like, the 9 to 12-year-old sort of age group. Sonic looks to me like, as a kid, I wanted to be Sonic, like Sonic with the Keyblade and Pokemon. I mean, like, I would have a belt with a few Pokeballs on it. That's what I thought I would be when I grew up. Actually, when I was even younger, I thought I was going to be Wolverine driving an ice cream truck and not even selling the ice cream, just eating it all on my own. So, those were my childhood dreams. But anyway, so Sonic, I guess, is to the fresher audience. Mega Man would be... I guess Mega Man is sort of one of those games that's iconic to the earlier generation of gaming. So, I mean, the kids that were 8 to 11-year-olds then are probably 20 to 30 now. My math is horrible. If I get that wrong, please excuse me. So, I guess the more 20 to 30-year-old players of the new Smash Bros. Games were anticipating Mega Man more, because, Mega Man is one of those game characters when once you play his game, you have to see him in everything else, because he works so well. He's so iconic in his game. I mean, he's sort of like he's basically a Metal Mario. I know I'm using a Mario character for that, but, I mean, he's literally Mario in a robot suit. So, That's what Mega Man is. That's why so many people want Mega Man, because he plays well. He's got, his little powder bullets that shoot out of his arm. I know I said that wrong. I think it's power bullets or whatever. Power pellets. That's it. Oh wait, no. That's for Pac-Man, I think. Whatever. Point taken. Mega Man is really cool. All right. He's got a bunch of different moves that he can use, like they showed in the E3 trailer when they first announced Smash Brothers for the 3DS and the Wii U, such as, Flame Man, Wing Man, so forth. I could go on. I just don't know the names. Pac-Man. Pac-Man was what a lot of people, worried about, because since they had the three, fresher ones, if they got Pac-Man in, we'd be getting even a more audience. So I'm pretty sure that's what they were thinking when they were adding Pac-Man. The moveset for Pac-Man looks very unique, looks very strong, as in like sort of, Mario's sort of standard attacks. The only bad thing is that me with never playing, Super Smash Bros. 3DS or Wii U, because, the demo hasn't come out yet for the US, nor the official release. And I don't have a Japanese 3DS, so I can't buy the game from the eShop there. But if you do, it's on the eShop right now if you want to go buy it. Just looking at, Pac-Man's playthroughs and stuff that people have put on YouTube, Twitch, and so forth, he looks good. I mean, he basically looks like Mario, with punching and kicking attacks and a bunch of other attacks too that are extremely unique. But the only thing that concerns me is the fruit. The fruit. I guess the things that concern me most would be the players that can change their B attacks, or not B but special, which on the Wii remotes, held sideways is B. No, it's 1, but like on Nunchuck or whatever, it's B. So it's mainly those type of attacks and in these characters' movesets that concern me. Sort of like Shulk's Monado, how you can change the setting, I guess. You can, increase your speed but lower your defense. You can increase your smash attacks but lower your jump or whatever. You can raise your jump, but you can lower your smash attacks, if you get my point. So, like, all of these abilities also come with a price. The same doesn't really apply for Mega Man of what I've seen. I mean, like, he can switch out his B special attack or 1 special attack, whatever you want to go with. He can swap it out to different fruit, and each different fruit have different, they have different sort of, how do I say this? Different abilities, I guess. Like, one fruit can throw farther than the other, or one can do more damage, or one can heal you, so forth and so forth, or etc. etc. I say so forth more, but point taken. Just those type of attacks concern me, and I know I've spent like 10.5 minutes talking about just the attacks. Other than those, I think the roster looks really well. We got a lot of people that we want. Of course, this isn't the roster I wanted, and for those viewers, it's probably not the roster that you wanted either. I'm happy to see, Bowser Jr., the Miis, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Little Mac, Captain Falcon, all these people come back or, be recruited again, like Ganondorf or so forth. But, I mean, like, I just feel like that Nintendo could have done better. I mean, like, I'm extremely happy. I am extremely happy with this roster. I mean, like, I would shout for joy if I wasn't cooped up in my room right now. But, I mean, like, a lot of people wanted Mewtwo. A lot of people wanted Ridley. I myself was against the Ridley debate sort of thing, just because he's quote-unquote too big. Although, like, Mario and Mario 64, I've recently played that. Or Mario in, in Mario 64, Bowser was as big as a freaking house. And Mario still took him out. Alright? So, I guess that's what most people argue when they use Ridley. I guess another way you can contradict that and say no to that is because Bowser's official artwork has been changed over and over and over again. And if you guys recall, Bowser can also use the powers that Mario can. He can use mushrooms, he can use the cat mushroom or whatever. That's seen in Super Mario 3D World. Or yeah, and that scene in Super Mario 3D World, I might have a picture up, might not. I'm doing the record. I'm recording the audio before I make the video, by the way. So, anyways, um, so I guess Bowser's size and artwork can change just because he can gain different abilities and such. I guess he just doesn't revert to it because he's got a freaking army. When Mario doesn't. I still don't know how Mario can win against that. It's like over 99 levels with about over 50 enemies and bullet bills and stuff in each level. So that's pretty good for Mario. He's like a renegade. But whew, talking a lot. So I would like now that I've heard and actually comprehended the Ridley debates, like gone into consideration and stuff. I sort of changed my mind. Ridley, I guess it's just sort of like I've got what I wanted with the Smash roster. I've got I've got my Mii fighters. I've got my Meta Knight. I got my Bowser Jr. So I guess I'm just a happy camper right now, and that's why I'm saying this. But oh, I can't forget Shulk. Shulk was my #1 main man for this, and I can't wait. I'm losing my breath here, but anyway. I mean, like, Ridley would be cool. I'd love to see, what kind of styles he would have. I guess he would play a little bit like Bowser, just a little faster, and his jumps would be much higher since, he's got wings. That's all I could say for Ridley, basically. Other than that, I think Ridley would play really well. Mewtwo, like I said before, I've never played Melee or the original Smash Brothers. The only Smash Brothers game I've played is Smash Flash 2, the demo on the internet, and on Brawl. So this is going to be my excluding Smash Flash, since it's never been on a actual console. This is going to be my second Smash game, and there's been 4, so I got to get Melee soon. But I mean, like, if this has the same roster as Melee, then I don't really need to be getting Melee. I mean, like, if you guys get my point. In the original Smash Brothers game, all the characters from that have been derived over into these games, so it's not like that they're going to be cut or anything. So, Mewtwo looks a little hard, I guess. I've seen Melee things, and I've seen Brawl hacks, and Mewtwo just looks like really hard to control. You know how he can move around and levitate around the field? Well, that just seems a little hard to me, I guess. His attacks look sort of like Lucario's. They're powerful, but they're slow. Lucario's one of those Pokemon to where kids, play as out on the playground, run around, supersonic speed, throwing aura spears and stuff, but in Brawl, they made him slow. He just looks slow. Sure, he's got his aura dash or extreme speed or whatever you want to call it, but I mean, like, other than that, he's not fast. I mean, they need to make him faster, because that's what the audience of well, mainly kids think of Lucario as. Then you've got Greninja, who's the exact opposite. Greninja in Pokemon X and Y has an attack called Water Shuriken. It plays sort of like Bullet Seed. It shoots 1 out of 5 times, I think. It's either 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 3 for Water Shuriken. And it always goes first, but its attack is very low. I think it's 20 attack and like 70 accuracy or something. No. Not 70. I think it's 190. But anyway, so with Lucario's attacks being strong but slow, Greninja is fast but weak, I guess. I mean, like, he's got a bunch of really fast combos, which could add up damage, sort of like how Marth could in Brawl. But I don't think any of his attacks go over 30% damage. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. What else? There's Pikachu, there's Charizard. Charizard, when he was, separated from the Pokemon trainer in this game, I was like, oh, okay, cool. We got separate Charizard. This means, the Smash would be different. We could get Mega Charizard X or Y. This seems cool. And then there was, Greninja being released in that trailer. And a lot of people thought that since they had a water and they had a fire starter that a grass one would come up too. I honestly was one of the people who helped around that rumor because it looked really convincing, and such. And the grass Pokemon for choice would have to be Sceptile. It would have to. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say Torterra or Chestnut. The thing that I have to, say no about that would be Torterra. He would play slower than Bowser, and that's slow. Or no, slower than Ganondorf, and that's slow. His attacks, I guess, would be sort of a Bowser's, just not with the flamethrower, or being able to grab people or punch. I guess it would be headbutts and tail whip. Uh, but I could see Chestnut a little bit more because he could punch and such. The only bad part is that they already have an XYZ. No, not XYZ. They already have an X. They already have an X and an Y representative, which is Greninja. So it would just make no sense if they have two featuring Chestnut. His attack stats would be cool, with Spiky Shield being his shield move. Whenever they would attack, they would hit his Spiky Shield, and then they would be taking damage. That would be good. That would be really cool and really unique. I would really love to see Chestnut in later on games, or at least just the Spiky Shield. But I feel like Sceptile would do more, because one, it's representing the Ruby and Sapphire remakes that are coming out this November 1st. No, not 1st. November 21st. My bad. The Ruby and Sapphire remakes. And his final smash would either be Leaf Blade. It would sort of play on how Greninja's final smash does, like Night Slash or whatever. Or he can Mega Evolve, and that's what a lot of people are wanting, him to Mega Evolve into Mega Sceptile, which I would love to see. The only bad part is that we already have so many different characters with so many different forms. It's just too many. We have the Wii Fit Trainer, alright, count that, that's one. We have Charizard, okay, that's two, and I'm counting for, alternate costumes, such as, like, going from male to female. I'm not going from, like, shirt to shirtless like Shulk, alright? I'm just going from like male to female, something that changes the entire character's, appearance. So we got Wii Fit Trainer, we got Charizard, we got Lucario, we got Villager. I'm trying to think of some others. We have Bowser Jr., or I'm actually gonna call it Clown Car from now on, because you can change its whoever is in the Clown Car. But Bowser Jr. just rolls off the tongue better because, so many people wanted Bowser Jr. more than they wanted the Koopalings in the Clown Car. So if I say Bowser Jr., I mean, I really do mean the Clown Car, alright? So that's Wii Fit Trainer, the Clown Car, Charizard, Lucario, and then including Sceptile. Trying to think of others. Sheik and Zelda. Samus and Z Samus. So that's about 7, including the Sceptile. So that's oh, and including the 3 Mii fighters, because I mean, like they're still the same character, they're still Mii's, but just different appearances. So it went from 8 to 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 out of 49 characters. I think it's 49 at least. 49 characters. And for 11 to have different costumes, including smashes or whatever, that's a lot. Oh, Wario, that's it. Wario has his Super Wario form, which I guess you can count. So that's 12, and then Bowser's Final Smash would be 13, if you count that. So that's 13, actually. Wow, that's 13, and I guess you could count Game & Watch turning into the octopus, but I'm not, because it completely changes his moveset and everything. When I say it changes their appearance, I mean like it doesn't change their moveset, just their appearance. Alright? So that's 13 out of 49 characters. That's That's 36 that are normal, and that's not including the ones I've forgotten or whatever. I guess you can count Mario and Dr. Mario since they're clones or whatever, and Pit and Dark Pit, and Lucina and Marth. Since I did count Zoda and Sheik, but the thing is, Zoda and Sheik have two different movesets. And Mario, Dr. Mario, Dark Pit, Pits, Lucina, and Marth, they all have the same. Well, what else is there? We've covered Pokemon, we've covered Fire Emblem, we've covered a lot, actually. Let's move on to Legend of Zelda now. The Legend of Zelda one looks really good with Link, Zelda, Sheik, Ganon, and Toon Link. This is really good. This is about the same roster that we had for Brawl. Yeah. This is the same Legend of Zelda roster that we had for Brawl. The only difference is that Zelda and Sheik have become two separate characters, and Ganondorf's costume changed to his Twilight Princess one, which is what a lot of people requested. And I've never played Twilight Princess, but I mean, like, I've looked up trailers and stuff. It looks really good. It looks like it plays well. So that's about two changes with the Legend of Zelda things. That's, Zelda and Sheik becoming two different characters. That counts as one. And then Ganon's costume. So that's two things. A lot of people wanted to see Girahim. And me playing Skyward Sword, I played it. I couldn't get past Girahim, and he was the first boss, I believe. I couldn't beat him. And then that was when I was like 10 to 11. So, yeah. I would have liked to see Girahim because he's one of those freaking cool cool villains in the game. My bad, I was trying to think of the word. He's one of those villains in the game that can just show off how freaking awesome he is. He catches Link's sword with two fingers, his middle and his pointer index, or whatever you want to call it. And he proves himself worthy to be a feared enemy. He proves it early in the first boss fight just by catching your sword with two bloody fingers and not getting a scratch or not getting a finger cut off. Wow, that's skill. But no, Girahim is an assist trophy, which, I mean, like, at least he's in the game. He wasn't in Brawl, and a lot of people wanted to see him as a playable character in this, in Smash 4. And I have to admit, I did too, but the fact that I'm not a hardcore Legend of Zelda fan like most people are, I can live with him not being in there, but, I mean, with him being delayed, and when I say delayed, I mean, like, him being out of Smash, but, still in the universe of Smash, which is including the Pokemon Balls, the assist trophies, the stages, and everything, it just further proves that they are thinking about Girahim. Because, I mean, like, if they didn't care about Girahim, then they wouldn't have put him as an assist trophy. So, them putting him at least in the universe proves that they are thinking and taking it into consideration of him, being more thrown into the Smash universe, like, as a playable character. So, I'm pretty sure in Smash 5, or in the next Smash game, whatever they're going to end up calling it, probably Smash X, just because, they're out of names, I guess. Because, I mean, they pretty much ran out of a name for this. They just called it Smash Bros. 3DS Wii U, and they did Brawl for the last one. So, I mean, like Smash X or Smash something else would be good. But, anyways, in the next game, I'm around like 85% positive that Girahim's going to be one of the Legend of Zelda characters, with probably one of the Legend of Zelda characters being cut. I'm trying to imagine who. It's not Link and it's not Zelda. Probably Sheik. If they're going to keep Sheik and Zelda as separate characters, because they're, trying to fill out as many slots as they can here. So, I mean, like, I could see Sheik being replaced with Girahim. Just because, Sheik, it's well known. A lot of people like Sheik. And when I say a lot of people, I mean probably more than Dark Pit or Rob. But, I see a bunch of people doing discussion videos, and a lot of them love Rob. And I don't see a whole lot of love for Sheik, but I mean, Sheik is just one of those fan-type characters. Like, the ones that the fans play with a lot, just not that, the big time people play with. My phone's bugging off. All right. I just got a text. Yeah, there it is. All right. Well, anyway, back to this video. I'm sorry for being distracted. But anyway, I can see Sheik being replaced with Girahim, or just add Girahim to the roster. But I mean, that would be 6 Legend of Zelda characters. And let's see how many Mario characters we have actually with Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Yoshi, Rosalina, the Koopalings, Clown Car, which I'm counting as one person, and Dr. Mario. So that's 8 Mario representative characters. That's a lot, and that's not including Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong because they're pretty much, they come from the Mario universe, but they evolved into their own game like Yoshi did. All right, wow, that we're getting a lot done here. So that would be 6 Legend of Zelda characters, up to basically 10 Mario ones. 10 Mario character representative. That's a lot. And that, oh no, Wario too. So that's 11. Holy crap. And then I got the Smash logo here on top of the rest of the characters. So I'm seeing what else we got here. We covered a lot of people. I guess the only ones we're missing would be the rest of the Fire Emblem. We covered Metroid. I guess Star Fox and the Kirby, and then the third-party characters, I guess, would be what would be left. So let's move on to the third-party characters, which would be Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Sonic. And I don't think Shulk is. I have no idea what it means when third-party or what third-party is, but I mean, when you see three third-party characters in one section, then it's pretty obvious that there should be some others in that row too. So at the very bottom row, we have Wario, Duck Hunt Dog, Little Mac, Cap Falcon, Ness, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Sonic, Shulk, Mr. Game & Watch, Rob, and the Mii Fighters. These are the characters that are unique in every single way, especially Wario with his fart blast. We got Duck Hunt. We have Duck Hunt Dog, which is what a lot of people wanted, and I actually have Duck Hunt in my attic. I can go plug it in and do an entire walkthrough on it if I wanted to, but I really don't because it just takes too much time. Like I've already made this like a 40-minute video, I'm pretty sure, but okay, I thought it just stopped recording. I'm like, no. But anyway, Duck Hunt Dog looks to be unique. I love how he enters the battle, behind the pixelized grass and stuff. His moveset looks really good, with attacking people with his, with the ducks. And a lot of people thought he would play a lot like Olimar, have the ducks follow you around and stuff. Well, I guess they sort of did that. They sort of did. And when I say sort of, I mean very vaguely. As in to where, like, you can attack with 1 or maybe 2 ducks. I'm not sure how many ducks you can have or attack with at a time, but I'm pretty sure that there's an attack where the Duck Hunt Dog can summon at least 2 birds, and they attack, like, 1 left and 1 right. So sort of like a down A or a down 2 attack. Then we have Little Mac. My father played freaking Punch-Out when he was a kid. I showed him Little Mac, and he freaking fanboyed all over me. So, Little Mac is a character that, again, like Mega Man, that a lot of 20 to 30-year-old characters will play, and my dad's in his late 30s. So, I mean, like, even later in the 30s, so probably more like the 25 to 40-year-old people would be playing. And I'm not saying that's bad, I'm saying that's extremely good, because most people, when they play video games up to their mid-20s, it's to where, it sort of settles down a bit because, of work and of college if they went, again or whatever, and, you got car to take care of, you got gas, you got bills, you got all this other crap that you don't have time to play with. So, at the latest, people would be playing video games probably around the mid-40s. I mean, like, that's just if, they're that they are hardcore fans and got a lot of time on their hands, which not a lot of people have in their late 40s, but so, excuse me, Little Mac would be one of those characters that draws in, the older audience, as Mega Man does too, and Sonic brings out the younger audience from like 9 to 11 or 12. I mean, like, I stopped being like Sonic obsessed when I was 12. But I mean, like, I loved it through 9 and 11. I mean, I still love Sonic. He's a freaking awesome dude. I mean, like, you can't stop him. He's so fast. He's pretty strong. He's got basic standardized attacking moves that do really good, decent damage. So there's no stopping that blue hedgehog. And with Little Mac too, Little Mac looks to be as fast as Sonic, if not just a tad slower. And we know with Shulk's Monado that it can speed up his speed. And in Shulk's reveal trailer, it showed him racing the villagers. One of the villagers' attacks that makes him dash around the field, and that attack, villager's attack, looks to be about as fast as Luigi or Pikachu's charged up headbutt. So if Little Mac and Sonic could go faster than that headbutt, then that's pretty freaking fast. Alright, moving on to the next one. We got Captain Falcon. Yes, my lord, yes. I know nothing about F-Zero, but I do know that they haven't had a game in a while. So this would be really good for them, having Captain Falcon back. A lot of people were worried since, you know, he wasn't in the starting roster at the beginning of the release or the reveal of this game. So a lot of people thought that he was going to be cut, but no. I mean, like, I think he was in the original Smash, and all the characters from the original Smash are going to be derived over. And if any of them are cut, then that's just crazy, because, you know, they all at least represent one Smash, or not Smash, they all represent at least one of their own Nintendo games. And F-Zero is no exception. F-Zero is just as popular. Never mind. I was about to say just as popular as Pokemon, but then I'm like, wait, no. Pokemon is the second most sold game in the entire world. F-Zero is pretty low on that list, but whatever. So Captain Falcon plays extremely well. He was revealed in the Robin and Lucina trailer, proving Shulk wasn't. No, not Shulk. Chrom wasn't going to be in the game, as the Gamatsu leak stated. So the Gamatsu leak seems to be fake. I mean, everything else that it's predicted except for the Chorus Kids, and I think that they predicted Ridley, but I don't think so. So I mean, like, everything else seems to be in order with the Gamatsu leak. And then we got all these other new leaks coming up out of the blue with Duck Hunt Dog and such, which proved to be real, and I was really happy that they were real and such. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, I am an extremely happy camper. Whew. I actually started playing as Captain Falcon on Smash Brawl, and let me tell you, he will be one of my main characters for the 3DS or the Wii U. I'm not going to be the one in my family purchasing the Wii U game. I'm going to be sticking with the 3DS, frankly, because there's an option on the main menu for the 3DS play menu for Smash. It's seen on the demo and on the official game for the Japan game, that you can link the Wii U and the 3DS together. And I think Sakurai stated when the game was officially announced that you would be able to do this, and you would be able to battle against the two. Like, let's say my little brother, Blondie Bro, you know him from my channel. Like, let's say he was playing on the Wii U. I could connect my 3DS to the Wii U, and we could battle each other. I would be playing on my 3DS, he would be playing on the Wii U gamepad. Or, you know, remote or whatever other controller he would be choosing. But at the same time, it would be really cool. Captain Falcon's going to be my main probably for online play, but for local and for Smash Run, it'll probably be the Mii, because I love the Mii, especially the Swordsman Mii. The Swordsman Mii will be my main person, and it's pretty disappointing on how we can't have you know, the Mii's on the online play, you know, because people make inappropriate faces out of the Mii faces, which you know, I can understand. A lot of people do that, but at the same time, a lot of people do other stuff too. I mean, like, a lot of people make Abraham Lincoln, or they make dinosaurs, they make Iron Man, and I mean, like, I do that too. I make dinosaurs, I make Iron Man, I make characters based off of video game characters with the Mii's. I mean, like, I think I have a Mario and Sora stuff from Kingdom Hearts on my 3DS, but I mean, like, I don't do anything inappropriate, so I feel like what they should do is sort of like how they did for Pokemon X and Y. You know, how they could filter out the nicknames. Like, if somebody were to name their Pokemon something inappropriate, how the game would pick it up and say, no, you can't do that, and so on and forth. And I thought that was really good. I thought that was pretty cool, and they should just be able to do that with this. If not, because the difference is, this is an actual image, and for all the Mii faces, it's all under the same coding. Like, All the Mii faces are under the same coding. All right, that's what I'm saying. You can't block one normal face and not block an inappropriate one because it's under the same structure, I guess. I'm not sure if you guys can understand that, but I'm just putting it in terms that, I can understand what I'm saying because I'm going through this pretty fast for me, and I talk pretty slow, especially when I'm stuttering like this. Whew. But anyway, on the Pokemon X and Y, you could name your Pokemon something really inappropriate, and the game would pick it up just because, the game has a language filter on it, and they could do that with this. Although, like I said, it's different because the Mii faces are under the same exact coding, and it's a take it or leave it basically. It's either you play online with a blank Mii face, or you don't play online at all. And the reason of Mii's is to have your own face around the game. And so if you were to play with a blank face, then that's just no fun unless you're in it for the moveset. Oh, well, so I guess Sakurai, slept on it and chose not to, because, people play as Mii's to play as their faces, not to. Well, I mean, like, some people might do it for the moveset, but 7 out of 10 times it's for the faces. Alright, next little thing here. Alright, I did Captain Falcon. I don't think I did Ness, but there's really nothing to say. I've never played a Mother game. Mother or Earthbound, whatever you want to say. I've already discussed Pac-Man, Mega Man, and Sonic. I did a little bit of Shulk. I think I did Shulk at about everything that I just said. At least once I referred to Shulk, so I'm pretty sure he's good covered. Mr. Game & Watch. Alright, Mr. Game & Watch was one of those people that I didn't really, care about. My friend, Sly Fox, he's of this too. He likes Game & Watch, but I don't think that's his, main character. I'm pretty sure his main character is Jigglypuff. Excuse me. No, my nose is being a piece of crap. Alright. So, Mr. Game & Watch, he's back. Cool. His smash is the same. He's got the same moveset. That's all good and well. Nothing that I'm into, I would still feel like, that everybody would love to be Mr. Game & Watch every now and then just to, get a few more characters unlocked and such. Which, is all good and fair. I mean, like, his moveset's unique with the bells and the beans and the stuff. So that's pretty much all I can say for Mr. Game & Watch. Next up is Rob. I feel like Rob and Mr. Game & Watch come from the same era. Whatever, my point's taken. Because they're both bleh. Rob comes from the NES. Rob was a application for, or no, not application. Rob was an accessory for the NES. I forgot what it did, but I'm pretty sure you would sit it on the top of on your NES. And it would do something to the screen. I'm pretty sure either that or it would shoot out a little thing, like a little toy or whatever. At the screen, I guess, and I guess it would do something to the screen. I don't know, but somehow I just sent myself a video message. That's weird. All right. Anyway, so with Game & Watch came from the game Mr. Game & Watch, which came out with Pac-Man. It came out in 1980s, just a year before Mario and such. Then you got the Mii Fighters. The Mii Fighters are freaking amazing. I've already talked about them. They're pretty cool. With the movesets and stuff. I'm just disappointed about the face. All I have really left to talk about would be a few Fire Emblem. I didn't really talk a whole lot about Fire Emblem. I guess I talked a little bit about Zero Suit. Or, not Zero Suit, but Metroid. So I guess just Star Fox and Pikmin and Wii Fit and Animal Crossing. So yeah, let's actually go with the clones, I guess. For Pikmin, we have a new character named Alf. I guess I remember reading it on Facebook from the Smash site or something, saying that Alf is a alternate costume, not a separate character. Excuse me, I'm yawning real quick. Ugh. But I remember reading it somewhere that Alf was going to be a alternate costume, not a separate character, which I'm fine with both. It's not like he's taking anybody that I like, important slot or anything. I'm fine with both. I just, because with him being his own character, it means that we got new representatives and stuff, which is cool. Because I'm pretty sure Alf was the main character for Pikmin 3. I've never played Pikmin except for the Pikmin on Nintendo Land. I've just heard from somewhere that he was, that he was the, main character for Pikmin 3. He looks to play the same as Olimar. There's not really any difference. Now, for Villagers seem to have the same moveset. They seem to have everything the same. And there are... Sakurai said in a post that every character would have 8 different different costumes, alright? Here's the little trouble here. When he said that, did he mean like 8 colors per costume? Because the Wii Fit, Alf, or no. The Wii Fit, Pikmin, and Villagers all have separate costumes, but the same moveset and stuff. So, my phone keeps going off. Alright, hold on. I'm sorry, guys, but, like, this is an important text message. Alright, Alright, I'm good. Alright. So, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, and Wii Fits, they all have the same moveset, just different, costumes. When he said 8 colors per costume or per character, did he mean, like, you got 8 different colors for the Wii Fit and 8 different colors for the Wii Fit male? Or 8 different costumes for the Villager male and 8 different costumes for the Villager female? Or, since they're the same character, you got 4 each and 4 each. You got 4 female, 4 male. And I'm okay with either. That's just, something to look into. Something, that I guess a lot of people would be speculating about and such. Which is cool and all. Alright, so that's about with the clone costume characters. Now for Star Fox. Alright, guys, I've never played a Star Fox game in my life, alright? I've never done it just the same as, a few other games I've been talking about here, like F-Zero. I've never played a Star Fox game, and with the Star Fox for the Wii U coming out, it's definitely a game I am wanting to pick up, because early in development with Smash, with Smash 4, I started playing as Fox, because, because Ike hadn't been confirmed yet, so I started, Ike was going to be my main character if he returned, and since, no word from it, I started playing as Fox. Fox was my main character, for a time period, until, Captain Falcon got released, and same with Ike and such. So, I'm really, really happy, with the roster. It's cool. The Star Fox representatives look amazing. I would have liked to see Crystal, because Falco is pretty much a clone of... yeah. Falco's pretty much a clone of Wolf. There's no difference except for speed and a little bit of the movesets, I guess. Because, Falco has like a tornado move where he spins in circles with his hands, and Fox just has, his infinity kicks, alright? So, I guess those are like the only two difference of the two characters. I don't see any other difference other than like, colors and stuff. So, I just feel like that they could have done more. I would have liked to see Crystal, because she's got a cane that she can hit people with that Fox gave her in Star Fox 64 that I've seen or heard of. So, Crystal just would have been... Crystal would have been a character that would represent the same game, the same features and everything, but different moveset, which is what a lot of people want. Next up, we got Metroid, and I can't really talk about Metroid a whole lot since I've never played a Metroid game except for on Nintendo Land. I talked about Ridley, Samus and Zero Suit Samus. I've talked like how Sheik and Zelda, so there's not much I can say. The movesets look to be the same as in Brawl for most of the characters. For Fire Emblem, Marth, yeah, Marth is cool and everything. I started playing as Marth. A lot of my friends say he's a girl. And I'm like, no, actually, I've unlocked him a bunch of times before in the game over and over and over again on different save files. It says Prince. I even looked it up. Marth is a boy. But, I mean, it's pretty It's pretty concealing, but whatever. Because it just looks hard, but for the, for simplicity's sake, Marth is a boy. For those of you who just want to troll me and go in the comments and say, no, Marth's a girl, feel free right ahead to. Next, we have Ike. When I saw Ike's freaking pictures and stuff, I yelled and screamed, and I was in the middle of school. So Ike is back, yes. He's been freaking lifting. Holy freaking crap. He's huge, and I love it. I just feel like if Captain Falcon won't do me good in the new Smash 4, then Ike certainly will. Next up, we have Robin and Robin, I guess male and female. Awesome, they're clones. They have no difference whatsoever except for the gender. Their movesets are the same with spellcasters, and like I said with Pac-Man and Shulk. Their B attacks, would sort of change. I guess this is the same with Robin, both male and female. I guess it would just be a little different, because in Smash Flash 2, there's a character named Sora. If you don't know, Sora is from a game called Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts is a really good franchise of mine that I really love. But, I mean, so in Smash Flash 2, you can use some of Sora's different abilities, and Sora comes from a crossover, I guess, of Disney and Final Fantasy. So he's got, the moveset and such of Final Fantasy characters like Fire, Firaga, Fira, stuff like that. Thundaga, Thunder, Thundera, stuff like that, alright? You guys get the picture. I feel like that's what the two Robins here will do. Like, B to the left. Like, if you press B and left or left and B at the same time, it'll do, like, electric, or, no. Like it'll do Thundera to that side, or if you do B to the right and run or whatever, it'll do Thunder Dagger or whatever, and if you do B down, it'd be like Pikachu's Thunderbolt, so forth and so forth, and if you just press it normally, like just press B, it'd be like Fire or whatever, alright? You could also, eventually, you run out of, your shield, or not shield, but your book, the spellcaster book for Robin can break, or it could just be useless, so you can throw it. For those of you who don't know, this actually comes from the game Fire Emblem Awakening, which is the game that Robin comes from. Fire Emblem Awakening, and I believe other Fire Emblem games, are a game to where once your item runs out, or no. Items that you give one of your characters can break. So it's one of those realistic games to where, like, what if, the sword breaks with the protagonist or whatever, because you see all these people from Final Fantasy or from Legend of Zelda, and their swords never break, nor their arrows, nor their bombs, nor nothing. It doesn't break. So I guess the creator of Fire Emblem was like, you know what, let's make a realistic game to where, weapons can break. Because, that could actually happen in war. That can happen in a sword fight, that can happen in Kendo, it can happen in boxing. Things can break. It's like scientifically facted that things can break. So, that happens in Fire Emblem Awakening, and when it breaks, you don't have it in your inventory anymore, and you have to either go get a new one, or just manage without it. And that's sort of like in here, I guess, you use the book so many times, and it eventually runs out of magic, or, in quote-unquote, breaks, and you can't use it. The same as with his sword. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen clips of him using the lemon sword, which is the zigzaggy one, or him using the main sword. That's not the actual name, but I'm just going to call it main sword because, it looks like a main sword just for simplicity's sake here. What's the deal with this, alright? The Levin sword, actually, it powers up the attacks of your magic attacks. So, I guess when your enchantment book goes out, your Levin sword, you don't need it anymore because it powers up your magic attacks. Well, you don't have magic attacks anymore, so there's no point in keeping it. So I'm pretty sure when the book runs out of magic, that you get the main sword, as the main weapon. Alright, and then for the Kirby franchise, there's nothing I could say, except for I would love to see Waddle Dee. On my channel, I did a Kirby Return to Dreamland Let's Play with my little brother. We started a series called Super Gaming Brothers. So, we did that, and he played as Waddle Dee a few times, if you guys want to go check that out. He played as Waddle Dee a few times. So I would have loved to see Waddle Dee in here with the spears and such, but they actually came through King DDD's moveset. Other than that, there's no changes much with the Kirby franchise. I would love to get in this more, but I'm about out of time actually. Um, I think I covered a lot since this is my first discussion video. I had a Kingdom Hearts 3 one for my channel, but it was taken down by Disney. I forgot to, give them rights and everything, but at the same time I didn't say that it's mine. But whatever, I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, so this is a Smash discussion for Elemental Gamers. Wow, I've always wanted to do a Smash discussion. I've just never been able to, so I'm happy with this. I really am. So guys, this is Jay Crazekid for Elemental Gamers, logging out. Peace.